Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Gonna fire this bad boy up. So I did some things on my lunch break today. There we go. We'll start with the modding first and then hop into the server. Let me pick up all this stuff. Okay, so first things first. All the chimneys now work. You can turn them off. Their localization is correct as well, and you could turn them all on by just crouching and right-clicking on them. And as you can see, the smoke actually goes pretty high into the air. The idea is that you can spot your town, right, from the billows of the smoke out the chimneys. I think it's nice. But it was something really simple. I figured it out. Basically, I had to add. Here, let's move this over. There we go. You gotta pull it up. Stone brick chimney, we'll pull that up. I had to give it the behavior of a container. That's all I had to do. And then everything started working right away. Because the behavior, I guess it kind of goes along with that interact on player right click, the interaction. So I just had to pretty much complete the circuit. Bam, worked perfectly fine. So I did all the localization for that as well. And then I decided to redo the pictures. So there's going to be 3 different kinds of paintings now. The painting of memories. So we have the NES, the SNES, and the Sega. I'm not sure what I want to do with these, like what I want the paintings to be, to be able to create them. But basically each one goes up, right? And you have 16 different ones to choose from various games. Got all of those, right? This is the Super Nintendo, right? Everything from Chrono Trigger to, all the staples, right? Even ActRaiser, Contra, Kirby. But one of my favorites, Super Mario RPG. And of course, all the Sega, Earthworm Jim, all the Sonic games, you name it. Toe Jam and Earl, that Taz game that I remember. Yeah. So I was debating on if I should just try and make the window quick. The windows, I think they're going to be kind of fun to design. So I think that's what we're gonna start to do. And then we'll hop into the server. And then we will hop in. What I need to do before I forget again is I need to come in here and delete all of the print statements, or else it's going to annoy people. Every time someone places this down, it spams their log, their logs. Boop, fireball it in. Okay, so I'm gonna shut this down. We're gonna make the windows. There are 2 types of windows, and I had to think about what I want the windows to do. I want these windows to be able to be right-clicked to open and close them. It's the only functionality that I'm really looking forward to doing. So I made some things here, right? I made a window. What we're gonna probably want to do is copy something like the chimney. Because the chimney has 2 states, right? One being on, one being off. So we're going to put that in. I'm going to call this a wood window. Wooden window? No, wood window. Wood window is what it's going to be. So in here, we'll call it wood window. I'm going to have to do a couple of things here. Okay, so for shape, I'm going to want to go down to my shapes. Like I said, I already have a basic window. I'm gonna have to modify this. That way I can have an open and closed model to go back and forth. I was also debating on having a like a frosted window, like when it's cold, like and there's snow, to have snow on the windowsill. Um, but I'm not sure if I really want to go that deep into a window, right? Not sure. But what I'm gonna want to do is come down to here where it says block chimney. I'm gonna want to do block slash window slash, and then we are going to say, I'll do the quartz. Wood window quartz. Gonna copy that. We're gonna paste it in. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna make a snow, so I want to keep the snow version of it. And I think for now the textures are going to be all borked. I'm pretty sure. Let's open this up. Yeah, I have the quartz and I have oak. So quartz, wood windows. So by type, I'm going to want quartz. Instead of oak, I'm going to do wood. The question is, should I just have it be those two, or should I try and do like a window pane block? Like a dark solid black, or nah, no, I'll do the two for now. What I'm gonna need to do here is probably pop this out. I always like to migrate this kind of stuff into the code here. I want the model to be the model, and I want the main JSON file to be like the pointer for everything. So I can do that. And then we'll copy, and then I can do that. Now for this, everywhere that it says oak, I want to change all of this to wood. Let's do a quick look here. Yep, it's going to change only what I want. Replaced it with this. I want to put that back as oak. Looks like this is not correct. There we go. Save that. All right, we could close that out. So those textures should be correct. All I need to do is just paste them in. You know, the funny thing is, like, I may end up getting rid of all of this because I don't think there really needs to be a difference between north, south, east, and west. But I like to break things out just so if I do ever want to burrow in and I suddenly like, oh, based on the tint or the angle, I want different, different textures. It's the only reason why I break it out. Okay. I think the rest of it is pretty good. We are going to want to start back from the top. So the first two things is the class and the entity class. We're going to have to make two completely different things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the chimney first. for the block. We're going to rename this from chimney to window. Do I want to get more specific with? No, I think that's actually pretty good. So I'm going to make that window. We're going to go into here and we are going to change every place where it says chimney. We want it to be case sensitive. We want it to say window. So there's only the 3 places that it should have changed. So we are going to save that. The next thing we're going to want to copy over is the entity class. And again, delete that. We're going to want to do window. Open this back up. And it's going to be the same thing, right? Anything that has chimney, we want it to say window and be case sensitive. This one probably did a little more. No, it looks like it didn't. We're going to save that. Before we forget, we have to register these 2. So we want to come down to here. I can, again, copy this. Anything that says chimney in this selection, we want it to say window. Save that. I can close out of this, go back to the window. Now all I have to do is just change the string text here for put in window for each one. And now it's going to be pulling from the complete different set, right? We would have connected all of the dots, window VB. Max stack size, we'll keep it 64. Just for the sake of ease, right? I'm okay with you being able to stack windows. You know what? Maybe not the 64. Why don't we do like a 32, kind of like Pete, right? And now we're going to want to think about what our windows are going to be. First of all, since they're wooden windows, I'm pretty sure we should have different wood states. You know, a different wood state for each plank represented. So you can mix and match. So I'm already doing that with the beds. We're going to pull up the bed. And there's the snippet of code we're going to want. We're pulling from the base game. So I like to future-proof things. If suddenly next update they add like 5 different kinds of woods, it's all going to be in this particular in-game file for the variation of woods. So it's just going to automatically spawn the recipes and the items for all of the new kind of woods. It's going to pull the textures. You know, everything keeps a certain format. So we're kind of future-proofing this. Hey, Bernardo. So we want to go back into the wood window. Oop. And we're going to paste that in. So the first section of our code, it's going to say wood window, a dash. Now it's going to have like whatever it is, like oak, another dash. We don't need material anymore. We do want state. We're going to want closed and open. Let me think fast. Is there any other states that a window could be? Closed or open? That's pretty much what I can think of. I guess technically, if you have blinds, there's the open and close there, right, for the blinds, but that's not really a window. Yeah, window is window, right? It's going to be open or closed. So we're going to have that next. How are you today? Seems you're not sick, bummer. Yeah, right? Darn it. I may end up putting in for a personal day sometime next week and just marathon some games. I'm thinking about it. Or do a bunch of modding. I don't know. All right. So the next part of the code is we're going to want the orientation, north, south, east, west. Now here's the question. For these windows, do I want a snow version of them? Do I want snow buildup on the windowsill or not? Part of me is thinking that would be cool, right? To have, this windowsill or on like the windowsill. Like this could be the outside, and then I can have like a little pile of snow that's up. I think that would be cool. The only problem is that I'm making this a half block. So if you want to, for some reason, put your windows in, um, it would just be a little weird, like, because you could reverse it and then the snow would end up on the inside. So if you put the block, like this pointing out, then the sill would be there. But if you put the block like this to where it was flush with like a big block on the inside, your snow would appear here instead. Now I can try and add a visual cue on something like this, like we can add a block. I can move this block. We'll move it up a couple notches and we will push it out like this. So I could maybe add like handles, right? Like, some kind of like little handle mechanism. We could do 0.5, just something to. I hate that numlock doesn't come on by default. But I could do fractionals. I guess not. But like I could do something like, make some kind of makeshift handle. That way when you're putting it in, like, there's like the little handles that like when you open it and close it. For now, I'm gonna keep the programming in I'm gonna account for snow. But I mean I think it'd be kind of cool to have snow on these, like on the windowsill. Yeah, I kind of like the idea. So we'll leave it for now. Okay, so we have the cover. It's going to be free or snow. We're going to skip certain variants. Block material stone is going to be incorrect. This is going to be a wood material. So for the most part, a majority of the block itself should be working. What we will need to do is come into here. So instead of like chimney status, we could do window status. Instead of chimney orientation, we can do, of course, window orientation. Can I clap to open and close? I don't know. You could try it. Tell me if it works. So we're going to put in some defaults. I'll do oak. We will do closed and then north. So down here, I want to change these things out, right? Window, 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 window. This is automatically composing the block as a free block. I probably should preemptively put a method in here. Yeah, hold on. We're gonna account for the snow. So this would be window state. No, wait. What am I calling it here? Cover is what I'm calling it. So we'll keep it the same over here. So I'll call this window cover. We're going to come up and make the variable for window cover. We're going to have it default to free. And we're not going to see this code right now working. But it's going to be working, but it's not something that we're going to actively be able to test because we don't have the model for snow. We could make it fast to test it, but we'll just assume everything's going to plan. See, window cover. So that will be the third part that we code in. Instead of material type, I do want to change that as well. Because going forward, I don't call it material in here, I call it wood. So really, it should be wood type. which means I just got to change it in these two places here and here. So for this window status, window. Now I'm going to have to put in closed, opened, open, right? Did I do open or opened? Open, open, closed. I should do close if I'm doing this. Open, closed, and then if it's, we got to reverse it. So if it's closed, I want it open. If it's open, I want to close it for the status. And this is the only thing we're doing. Everything else here is going to be a preservation of the current data. So we've pretty much have already programmed the heavy lifting for this. God, at this point, you know, before we even do much of anything, I can just what we'll do first. I don't want to get ahead of myself. We're going to save this. We are going to build it. It's not going to have any localization yet, but it's good to see like how the items piecing together with all the dashes. Rieslin, hey, how's it going? I'm making windows. I'm making windows that open and close. Yeah, someone needs to make a Alexa mod that can do things. All right. So we're going to put our window, I guess, right here. We are going to find our windows first. So it should have generated some. Oh, wait. It's not going to show up here because I forgot something pretty important. Creative. So let's go to window. It's going fine. It's Friday, right? It's going really fine. So nothing showed up because of this right here. I never changed it. So I'm going to want, I'll have it default as close. Close with no snow is what I want. Okay, so we're gonna save this. I'm not sure if we have to, I think we have to shut the game down all the way for something like this because it would have been, I think something like that is held. It's because like the game has started. It's not really a world thing, I don't think. But yeah, we're just going to shut it down anyways. So we'll have them come up in the creative inventory. We should see all the wood variants for our windows. And then we'll tweak, like if everything looks good, we will tweak it. You know what I could do? I may end up changing the model so it fits like in a whole block. Maybe I can make 2 variants of it. And I gotta start. I have a habit of doing this. I shut down the game like hard without saving the world, and then I have to place things back down. Whoops. Whoops. Okay, so we have this. Let's look at our blocks. Here we go. So we have all of these windows that have generated. Checking it over, it looks like it is compiling everything correctly. Funny enough, it is not changing the wood textures. It's generating all the variants, but it's not changing the textures. And I do know why, and we will fix that. And it looks like it's not taking the horizontal orientation, but that's basically what our window is going to look like. We'll be able to open it, which if we did have everything made for the other model, if you look in the top name description, it is technically in its open state. and then we can close it so it's actually doing that correctly. We're going to have to queue up a sound effect of like a window opening when this is triggered. We're going to have to play that to everyone, so we'll have to keep that in mind. I'm thinking, like, this looks good here, but it's going to be kind of weird the way it's positioned, right? Because it's going to be a window like this. Which, I mean, it does have like a window sill. I don't know. I don't know if I should center this, like put this towards the center or not. Or if it should be like this. It's a tough one. That's a tough one. All right, we're going to have to do a couple things here. First things first, the texture. The texture. This is why it's not working. What I need to do is put in wood. That way it's not statically throwing the oak texture on everything. So, bam, that's done. Actually, I think I could save this, fireball it in, and we should be able to reload the world. And that should take effect. So this is pretty interesting here. This should be working by rotating it, and it is not. It is not doing so. So we'll have to figure that out. Ha! No texture. So only oak is working. Oh, you know what it is? Let's open up the game because I may have to use the plank texture for this, in which case it's going to be annoying to deal with. I'm going to have to do some finagling. Right, so here we are. Survival, textures, and then let's check for the path. So block, wood, and then it's trying to pull everything out. Yeah, see, oak is the only variant. There's oak and dark oak for whatever reason. So we're not going to be able to use that texture. We're going to have to look in here to see what else to use. I don't think we want to use anything with bark. Is there a shaved? Wasn't there like a shaved sign, roof? Chest? No, not chest. Planks are gonna have the lines in them. Like I really would prefer not to use planks. Maybe something else? Oh, hold on one second. Oh, because I usually put it in. Yeah, I can take it. Right. I'll come right out. All right, I'm gonna take a 5-minute break here. I am going to be giving my little man Tylenol. Gonna be helping out with it. He's teething, so he's a little grumpy right now. So I will be right back, and then we're gonna probably go through all of this. Yeah. I know there's a certain kind of wood in here where it's like a shaved, like it's under the bark, but we'll figure it out. I'll be right back. Oh, he's a little ham. He is definitely grumpy, though. But he's also probably going through a growth spurt, so... He's been eating a lot and sleeping a lot, so he's going down for his, hopefully, third nap. Okay. Damn it, not roof. Okay, so it's one of these. It's not bark, right? Definitely not bark. Although, that brings up a pretty interesting thing. I could make different windows out of just the bark, too. We could have a variant of that. Barrel, I didn't think barrel would have anything, but I wanted to check. Crates. Crate. Cage? No. Would it be bear? No. All right, let's try bed. Normal. What is this? Blanket. I just realized. I don't know why I'm doing this. Shelf? You think it's shelf? Ah, no. I know I'm finding this somewhere. Somewhere here. I do this with the beds, don't I? Currently? Because I made sure to put both time set day. So in this, it has the inner wood and the bark mixed throughout. So let's take a look at the beds and see where the pointer is for that. Let's get rid of chimney. Let's get rid of the memory. Let's get rid of that chimney. Standard storage bed. Spoiler alert, I'm eventually going to make a fancy storage bed. So there's the wood variants, right? Let's go a little further down. Wood, tree trunk, wood debarked is what it is. Wood debarked. You know what I could do? I just copy this. Yeah, that's literally all I need. We're gonna put this right here. We're gonna save this. Fireball! I knew there was like a shaved, debarked. It would make sense. Yes. I really should have grabbed a soda while I was out there. There's like the tiniest bit in this can. It really, all it is just a memory of soda. There we go. That's what it was. So everything is coming up. I actually kind of like that bald cypress one. Ooh, the ebony looks good. Like that. And yep, we have our texture now, the birch wood. We could see through everything. It's looking like a decent window. Now the question is, do I make these for like? I mean, should the model be like this, or I don't know. Just to not let the joke pass by, I can see your Coke. No, 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 no. Or your code. Oh, okay. Slash kid moment off. Yeah, yeah. I can see your code. Can open and close. All right, so next thing we want to do with these windows. Bernardo. We are going to probably want to take a look at the model, right? So I'm using the quartz because that's what we're going to use as glass. I'm thinking if I take everything, okay, so I'm going to make a new cube, right? I'm going to call this origin. Origin's not going to be a cube. This is going to be something. Man, this program is lagging. And I'm going to move everything onto origin. Jesus Christ, the lag, man. It's like, come on, dude. Like, look at it. It's, you know, it's messing. It's just so slow. Maybe I have to restart it. That could be. I'm not sure how long this has been up for. It's been up for a lot of the day, I think. There we go. All right, and now we're going to use this origin to kind of manipulate it a little bit. So I want the position of this to be centered. We're going to take a look to see how it looks like this with a full block. And we can compare the two. What I can do is file, save. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. We'll do file, save as. I have a lot of different variants here. We're going to call this quartz, and I'll just say quartz 2. Save. Minimize. Now we have to come over here. I have to shut off the game for this part. We're going to come over to our shapes. We're going to do window, add existing item. It's going to be the quartz 2, add. And for the shape by type, I'll be able to change this between 2 and 1. Actually, I'll make it 2 right now. It bothers me that the load from properties, this part is not work. Oh, I don't think I ever gave it the behavior that it needs. Because I'd never fully did this on the chimney. I was going to. All right, so we have to open this up. No, that's not it. No, actually, this should have been right. Side, load. Because we currently have this working in paintings. Storage bed, I don't care. Let's get rid of this. Here we go, wood. I don't want it to be horizontal attachable. That means that you can put it on a wall. I want it to be its own block. Interesting. This is the part that I am missing. I never actually put it with code. I was just doing a load from properties blindly. There we go. That's probably what it was. Okay. Now let's rebuild and restart the game. Hopefully that fixes it. So whatever position we're looking at, it's going to put the window, directly in front of us. And the more I'm thinking about it, the more I like the idea of the frame of the window being more towards the outside than the inside. Because at least with something like that, if someone wants to build a wall with like the half slabs, like in this game, how you can put them vertically, if someone wants to build their wall with half slabs vertically, it's not going to look weird that it's sitting off center, It would be pushed up, so it should work both ways. I can have the windows open inward and not outward, which would help fill the space, right, to kind of bleed in so the windows aren't working, opening outward. The fuck's going on here? Missing code, texture, bark. I can't read all this. There we go. Block, window, wood quartz. It does not see window wood quartz. Did I mess with it? Oh, you know what it did? Null. This cannot be null. I remember this now. So let's stop this. So for this, we're going to want to give this something temporarily. I think I call it default. I do it in the comfort doll. Item, comfort doll grass. No, it's not that. Maybe the linen one. Anchor. Okay, so I use a texture that's already there. Okay, makes sense. Let's delete this, delete this, delete this. Go back to here. So instead of null, we're going to say wood. Why not? This actually would have messed it up too if someone tried to put it on a shelf or on any item like a display case, something that would render it, render the item in the world through those paths. This would have crashed it. So, boop. Let's just take a looky-loo at the rest of this. Yep, we have null here as well, which doesn't seem right. Basically, we'll say if anything is null, I want it to be wood. Oh, and yeah, it didn't save our other change. If anything says oak, I want it to say wood. All right, so we're going to save that. I'm going to open up this other one. We're going to make those same changes. So if anything is null, I want it to say wood. Replace 12. If anything says oak, I also want it to say wood. 54 changes. Bam. Okay, let's build it. Here we go. And start it back up. I kind of like mod developing. It's like it's just you're solving a series of very small, easy things. And then all those things kind of compile into something that looks awesome and complex. Really. You know the sucky part of all this is I have an unopened soda here, but it's one that I have a habit of like picking up a soda and then not drinking it. And then it gets warm. All right, so that's not working. So it's still not orientating itself correctly. Oop. Turn it on and off. I'm going to restart this because it is lagging pretty bad. There we go. And we're going to re-import the image, or not the image, the model. It is quartz. This is the one that, no, this is not the one we're going to go with. I want this to go back to here. All right, we're going to start to break some of this up here. And we're going to label it. So this is glass. We'll do dash left. And the perspective, I guess, will be from looking from the inside out. That will be our perspective. We're going to want to duplicate this. And we're going to want this to be right. We'll put them close together. I'm going to make, oh my God, this thing is so laggy. What's going on? Okay, what's going on? I bet you there's a new version of this. This is the old version from like when I did modding before. There's probably a bunch of neat things that it can do now too. I'll have to, off stream, I'll have to get the new version. I want to decrease the voxel size instead of 5. Wait a minute. Why doesn't this seem right to me? Let's move the position up a lot. I did it already? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I did it already. So glass right, we're going to cut that out. This is really glass right. Okay, so that is that window pane. That is that one. Now what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to pretty much break this out. Oh my God, I'm trying to scroll in and it's not able to scroll in. You know what? I think I have to try to get the, there we go. I may have to try and get the update. So we're going to just do a file, save, go right to the Vintage Story site. See, this is the awesome part about this game. Their wiki is really good. We can pop right over to their wiki and we can look for, it's going to be under modding. Modding basics. There we go. Model creator. You can download the newest version here. Hey, November 14th. It's not the newest, but that is a heck of a lot newer than what I'm using. I'm using one from like, I think 2001. Or not, 2021. So, which one do I want? The zip? Yeah, we'll do the zip. I'll move this over. We're going to shut this down. Come on, baby. You can do it. Opening when complete. There we go. Close. Let's open up. You know what? Yeah, I think I am using this version. Gonna take all this, replace these files. Booyah. All right, let's give it a try now. Boop. File open. I gotta navigate. It's annoying. Mods, Vintage Story 1.17.10, mods, Vice blocks, assets, blocks, shapes, block, window, quartz, open. Pop. There we go. I can zoom in and out. Good. Yep. I can move it around. All right. It seems like it's working pretty well. Okay. So where was I? I was trying to do something here. Oh, no, it's still laggy. That sucks. I think we're going to have to grin and bear it. I'm going to... How do I want to do this? I think I know. So for this, I'm going to call this glass frame top. This would be glass frame bottom. For these, I'm going to have to make them, of course, shorter. Boop, just like that. And this bottom one, we're going to want to bump it down to there. This piece right here, we want to bump this down here. And of course, call this glass frame. We will do inner. And then we have this piece here. This would be glass frame outer. Move that up to here. The glass frame outer we don't have to do anything with because I had the presence of mind to not have it overlap or do anything squirrely. So that would be our one window. Hooray! I'm going to bump this up a little. And I'm going to make it 2. Right, just like a little handle. I could be more intricate with it later, at a later time. And now what I can do is I'm going to create another new cube. This is going to be a placeholder for the window, just in case I ever want to do any animation eventually with it swinging. I will have the backbone set up. I'm going to call this window left. I'm going to put an underscore window left. Whoops. And now I'm going to move all of these into it. If anyone's ever looked at my models, they'll notice that I use underscores for the parts that I'm using as folders and not actual, blocks. So for instance, like origin really should be underscore origin. This, I'm going to call it handle. And I want it to be attached to this. Now what I can do is take this whole thing. Let's go through, make sure that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. That we can delete. Glass left, we can also delete. I could take this and duplicate it. Take this handle, position it back to here. And now I could take this entire thing, label it right, and then we can offset the position. Bam. So there we go. We have our working window on the other side. It looks similar, but now what we can do is I could do File, Save. And now we could do File, Save As. And I will say Quartz will do Open. So now this is going to be a new model. And we want to open these. So I could take this. Let's set the origin position. Whoops. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Stupid scroll wheel. All right, so the origin position should be where I want the hinge to be. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. 0.5. Can't do a 0.54. I think that's gonna do it. And then this, we want to pump it back to here. And all I'm going to do now is... I didn't have the right one. You kidding me, bro? All right, so let's move this origin position all the way over here. I was selecting the wrong one. There we go. Now we want to open it. Right, something like that. Since it's kind of glitching there, I want to offset this a little bit, so we will push the position 1, 2. Nope, just 1. Bam. So that's going to be like what it's going to be like when it's open. And now we just have to do the other side. So we'll go up to window left. Again, we want the origin position, bump it up a little. Maybe like that. Yep. Now we're going to want to swing it open. Whoops. Stop lagging. My God. There we go. Holy moly, man. Oh. There we go. That's all I wanted to do. Now the question is, do I need the frame that thick? I don't know. But I think for now, this is a pretty good open window. So we're going to do File, Save. Go back to our code. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. I have to shut down the game because we're going to have to go back down to here. I'm going to delete this. And we are going to right-click, add existing item. And it's going to be this one, open. Ideally, I should rename this to close. Just like that. Window wood, quartz, close, window wood, quartz, open. Now I got to open this up. I have to do a null check. See, I knew I'd have some nulls in there. Got to do the same kind of null check here. Boop. Probably another 12. Yep. We're going to save it. I can close these two out. The models we're done with. Now we actually have to link them here. So let's go a little further down. We want the closed version. Shape by type. Anything north free, we're going to have to tweak this, right? Because now we have an open and a closed state. So I can do open dash. It'll be quartz. Actually, I think I can do something like this. And I believe I called it state. I think I can feed in the state here. And then I can feed in the state here. You know, why write more code than we need to? I already am going to have to revisit these. I need the dash here. Here we go. So that should do it. Our windows should be able to be open and closed. Opened and closed. What we should also do while I'm thinking about it is come to the class file for the window block. Come down to here, and we're going to create a new language file variant for the help. So it's going to be a window. And this one is also going to be window. Chimney interactions, we want window interactions. We're going to save it. Now I need to open up the language file. We are going to create a copy of that. Window, window. Open and close. Open and close. Open or close, right? Open or close. Open and close when placed. There we go. That way the tooltip part's done while we're thinking about it. Build. Boo, just as a heads up, MooBot on the Discord seems to be alerting people an hour after you start streaming. That seems about right. Honestly, I should probably just get rid of that. You know, if anyone can make it to the stream, they can. Right? Thank you, though. I'll have to take a look at that. I don't think it's MooBot though. I think it's Me6 is what I use. Oh, look at that! Not happy at all. Oof. Eek Murma Durkle. Something was catastrophic. Oh, you know why it's catastrophically wrong? Because didn't we change this? Nope, never mind. So oak closed. Looks like the names are correct. It is not getting the correct. It's not getting this correctly. North Free. So what I'm going to want to do. The question is it messing up here? Or is it messing up somewhere else? Is it messing up here? So let me try open. Putting in a static open, open. Copy this. It may not be able to take this part here. We'll do close, close. Fireball. And let's reload the world. I was hoping it would have worked, putting it in like the curly braces, but you know. Just like the smallest bit. Okay, so it looks like that worked. And we can open and close if we shift click. Now, do I want it to where you could just right click it to open and close it? Is the shift going to be too annoying? You know, control click it. Or should I just have it to where you just right click it to open and close? Let's look from this side. That looks pretty good, actually, right? That's not too shabby. Yeah. Now imagine the snow variant having like a layer of like white snow just on your ledge right here. We also need to change this, so I do need a third texture. Just, you know, for the difference in handles. Let's look at maybe stone. Maybe I should have stone there, but then we get into all the variants of stone you could have. That's going to be a recipe for disaster. How would you determine the snow variant? Like which side of the window would be snowed up? See, that's a thing. That would be a static kind of thing. So if you think of it, right, you could place this block when it becomes orientable. You could place this block, you know, north, south, east, or west. This part here is the part that's going to have snow on it. So you could potentially install your windows wrong, right? Like I could put, you know, like this, you know, this is the inside of the house. And I put the window like that because I just like the look of it, right? Like, oh, I could open and close, and I have the little ledge on the outside. But if it snowed, it would look weird because your ledge would be in here. The block's not going to be smart enough to be able to tell which side is which. The block is only going to be smart enough to say, hey, there is snow outside. I should, you know, show that I'm snowed in. It's the same thing I do with like the graves. So we can place this down. We'll place a grave down. If we do slash, oh God, what is it? I don't think it's season slash times. So I could do day or night. I thought there was like a slash season. I used to know all this. Shit. how do I change seasons here? I can look it up. Vintage story command for winter. Safest way to skip winter on a server? No. Slash weather. What would it be? It's not time. Although I probably could do like slash time set something ridiculous. So we're in April, March, February, January. I want the snow to come. How do I make it snow? December slash weather. Snow? Slash weather isn't doing it. Slash time set. I know if I keep doing this, eventually the snow's going to hit. I'm trying. We're in November. December. Okay. Slash time set day. Damn it! How do I make it snow? Needs to be cold. I have no idea how to change temperature though. It used to, it could also be where I currently am. This could just be a warmer part. I may have to go a little further here. Boop. I didn't want to put the bed down. Put a couple of these down. Grave site and a window just because. If I keep going ahead in days. Son of a bee. So it's saying fall. Okay, now it's saying winter, December 9th, according to the mod in the corner. It's 24.5 degrees Celsius? That's not right. Well, I forgot how to do it. Basically, I have a variant of the snowed gravestone that I was going to show, and a variant of like snow on top of your chimney as well. So it would be similar to that, to where there would be snow on your windowsill right here. But apparently it's not working. Maybe it just needs time to, I don't know, fly right. We'll let it veg here. We'll do some of our stuff here. Maybe if I save and leave and come back. Probably not, though. I just want it to be cold, man. So it's liking this. It is not liking this. Very interesting. Nope, fail. It's a pretty damn warm winter. Oh man. All right. It's bothering me that we are not abiding by this right here, the horizontal orientation. Let's find an in-game block that is. Wait a minute. My graves are. That's what the windows need to do. Let's look at the gravestone. Not the model for the gravestone. Hardy har har. There we go. Okay, so we got that. Rock side cover. So I call it side here. Do I call it side here? Yes, I do. Okay. Load from properties. That looks correct. Ah, the behavior for it. The behavior. Block behavior. So under behaviors, I want to add this. I think I need to restart. Before I do anything else, let me save the world. Quit. And start. I think there's actually more that I have to do in the actual entity, the class entity part. But maybe not. Maybe I'll luck out. It'll just work. Because Vintage Story is awesome like that. It helps you out. Hey, nothing crashed, so that's good. Ah! Nothing crashed. Yeah, so it is something here. Okay, so orient block, can place block. So we had a failure here under try place block, and we had that failure. What if? So this came up as null, which is very interesting, which means that I may not have copied everything over correctly. So let's take a quick look here. So it's none of this. All right, I don't think it's any of that. You know what we're going to do? We are going to try to find a block. Yeah, we're going to try and find a block that's vanilla in game that is already has this behavior. So we're going to save that. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to fire up the game again. So any blocks that do that, let me think. What blocks do that? A ladder would, but a ladder is also on the wall. So that may not be. No, actually, the ladder doesn't have to be on the wall. You can have ladders that stand up by themselves, I'm pretty sure. Beep. Ha! Now this is no longer happy. Okay. So let's pull up. Close that out. I can close out the calculator. We'll pull up this. So survival block type wood ladder. So this is basically what we're going to want to emulate here. So the behaviors, we name it ladder. Properties is flexible by type. Interesting. And that was under the behaviors of ladder. Attributes, variant groups, so side. And we're doing the same thing here. Abstract, horizontal, orientatable, right? So let's make sure that this is correct. Variant group. It's exactly what I have. Okay. Oh, whoops. I erased the behavior from the wrong thing. I have to erase this behavior. So game abstract, horizontal, orientatable, right? Now let's look a little further. Let's make this a little wider so it's easier to see. So anything else of value here? Wood, replaceable. Interesting. I wonder what the replaceable is. Light absorption 0, rain permeable, climbable. Not seeing anything interesting. Not seeing anything unique here. Other than the variation between a rope ladder or, a standard ladder, with it being flexible. I didn't even know there were rope ladders in this game. Neat. So then this should be something that we can rotate. I wonder if we are unable to rotate this because of something simple that I forgot to change. It would not be through this. I think it would be through the block entity. Oh, you know what it could be? It could be this part here, the window orientation. I give it a string name of north. So orientation equals block first code part. So I'm overriding that anyways. And then I'm piecing things back together. So let's take a look at our item here. We're going to want to keep track of this. Yeah, this isn't going to work until we restart it. Of course, we just got to restart. Shut down, rebuild, and restart. See, this is one of those native things, like, unless I'm doing something to get in my own way, this should natively be, like, rotatable. North, south, east, west. Because I'm hooking into whatever the game already has for the logic to do all the heavy lifting for me. So this works again. Yay. Boom. 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 Right? Let's get rid of all this. It's going to start to look like a graveyard over here. Now this is not the case. And it should be. I think that's cool. I think people are going to like the windows. I know I can't wait to get my hands on them. Okay, so we're back to here, right? Back to basics. Let's close this out. Close this out. I'm going to move this over to here to get it out of my way. I can get rid of this, the painting of memories. We've pretty much have done what we needed to do. Okay, so I need to verify this is building it correctly. Which, from what I'm looking at, it should be. But we got to verify every step along the way. Okay, so wood window. So the next dash, that's going to be position 1. In this case, it is going to be birch, so it's your wood type. The next one is the status, which is open or close. The next one is orientation, which is north, south, east, west. And then the final one should be cover. Yep, which is if it has snow or doesn't have snow. So that is working fine. And my paintings definitely are horizontal attachable. See, I don't think I want that. This is what I want. I can get rid of gravestone. Oh, you know what would be a good test? I'm assuming that it's different things. Nope. Okay, so the name is still North, North, North. Yep. I'm like, maybe the model's just wrong. No, it is as deep as I thought. Okay. I think I may know what it is. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to jank some things around. I think it's supposed to be like this. Because I'm tying into something that's part of the game, right? In the game, I've been nabbed by this before. When you do something like your horizontal orientation, it's going to be the same code part it's looking for, right? So this is always the vanilla stuff is always going to look at like the second position it would be in this case. My painting of memories. So what does it have here? It has the side, it has the memory types. Maybe not. Gravestone, what do you have? Okay, see, so that's rock, that's side, and then the cover for it. I have that extra thing. I put open or closed next, which means that we have to restart. Now that I made that change, we are going to save. I'm going to move this here, and we are going to open it back up again. A way I could get around that is making my own logic, but I'd rather just piggyback off the game. If it means I have to switch two words, right? Two fragments, I am down for that. Yep, so that's not going to be a real item anymore. But we don't have any windows. Let's look at the logs. What happened? Chop chop. Oh, duh. We're not going to have any because I need to come down to here and change this. Cut, paste, paste, paste. Yeah, because it's not going to show up in creative because it's looking for a different structure. I'm going to have to redo a lot of this, looks like. Skip variants. I got to put a wild card in here. Save. Hot reload. We'll see if that did it. Or if that will do it. Reload the world. All this just to put GD windows that open and close in the game. Right. Hey, okay, so we at least have something here. I don't care if that works. So north, 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 and north. So that didn't do it. Wait a minute. Yeah, no, that did not do it. I guess the question is, okay, what if I do this? Maybe what I can do is cut this out, paste. Let's move it to the front most. So it would be your orientation, and then we would go into wood, the state, and then cover. Let's try this. I'm trying to be lazy. I'm trying not to pull up the actual code that changes the positioning of your block based on where you're standing. Because I don't know. It's Friday. Trying to be lazy. Tired. The winter is long. Oh, it's not gonna have creative. Because I never changed this. You know what? How about you do me the honors of saying north closed. I'll put another wild card in to handle the wood. There we go. There. So now it should work. Fireball. Or at least it should come up in creative with this next load. Because we don't even know if it works or not. I mean, I could be going in the opposite direction. This could be like the second to last thing that it looks for. Fidget spinner. Okay, so they're at least here. We'll use the maple. North, 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 and north. Let's do a little cleanup. Boop, boop, boop. All right, I guess I got to look at the code. I was hoping not to, but you know what? It'll be okay. Wait a minute. Do I already have the behavior? Oh, past vice, you sexy beast. I already had it up. Thinking I'd have to look back. So I was being lazy for no reason. That sucks. Get rotated block code. All right, so we're gonna have to look at this code with variant. This variant now facing. Get horizontally flipped block code. Block. Drop block face is north. Variant code. So this is everything we're going to need to look at. So try place, I think, is where we're going to want to go. So we get the facing, we get the suggested facing based on the player and your block position, your block selection. Then what do? We go into block code with variant, string, and then string value. Oh, shoot. Is this putting it on the end? I think this is putting it on the end. So I was going in the complete wrong direction with this. So this is how it was originally, I believe. We're going to try this. This either fixed it, in which case you know what? For now, just spawn every GD variant of this item. I don't care. I'll tighten it up after we get something working. Fidget spinner. Did I not reload the world? There we go. I got to come up with recipes for all this stuff. You know, the funny thing is, the recipes take me the longest to do. Because I overthink trying to balance things. Kind of sucks. All right, blocks. And there ain't shit here. Oh, what do we have? What do we have? I thought that would have done it. Maybe I have to be specific. Anything dash north. Oh, the skip variance is not going to be working with this setup, so I'm going to cut this, paste. So I have north, south, east, west. I have the snow variants for everything. Why don't I just simplify this to this? Anything with snow, I don't care if it's north, south, east, or west. if it's a snow variant, I don't want to see it. And I want to see only the north from that. So fireball, reload. There we go. I'll probably live stream for another 6 minutes or so. I don't know, maybe a little longer. I'm having fun, but I'm also hungry. I pretty much, as soon as I stopped working, I'm like, boop, pull up stream. And it's not here. I'm thinking that this isn't this is not what I want to do, is my thought. I may want to custom write. Yeah, I may want to custom write this little tidbit and just create my own code to orient it. Now, that being said, skip variants, anything with snow. I want anything that is free dash. I want the north facing, and I also want the state to be close. There we go. So this is going to be the string that I want. Oop. You know, it's been pretty fun. Recently, I got into this phone game called Orna. It's pretty awesome. It's like Pokemon Go, but if you were like a pixely, you know, RPG, it's pretty awesome. I don't know why I randomly thought of it, but probably because as soon as I stop streaming, I'll pick up my phone and maybe go for a walk or something. See if I can kill some goblins or do some of my daily quests while getting some exercise. Maybe level up to the Dragoon class. I don't know. We'll see. Hey-oh! Look at that. We got windows. But they're probably still not positionable. No, they're not. Okay, so we're pretty much back where we started. I need to look at this a little bit because there's probably something because this is a block behavior. So the fact that I'm not calling a specific block behavior kind of makes me a little twitchy. I'm doing it halfway. Which, you know what? Okay, so let's look for a in-game block that is positionable like that. Assign. Although assign does all these weird things. I just want... Is a table? I can't tell. Let's get rid of all this. Why can't I click any of this? Is it doing that stupid... There we go. See, a fence really isn't a barrel. A bed kind of is, but a bed's a little more complex. Here we go, bookshelf. A bookshelf. Right? Boom. Break that shit. Boom. Yeah. Definitely a bookshelf. Okay. So let's look for a bookshelf. It's probably under wood. Bookshelves. Northwest orientatable. We're getting closer. Okay. So I need something a little more complex than a bookshelf to look at. A crate. Maybe a crate. Yeah, because there's that side with the picture on it. So that is going to be something that we want. Okay, so let's look for the behavior of a wooden crate. Crate legacy. Ugh. I don't know if I like that. I don't know. This is the old pre 1.16 crate kept for backwards compatibility. We'll look at aged crate and also drop a new crate upon breaking. Okay, so good. Okay, this isn't. Woo, right? Okay, so what the hell? Where the hell is it? Fences, plant. Oh, crate. Here we go. So this is the crate. Let's look at the behaviors. I knew it was gonna be something simple. I flippin' knew it. Oh, shit. Wrong. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's my alarm. I'll snooze it. Very interesting. Shape inventory. Shape by type. Hmm. All right, let's look at. So the entity class would be crate. That's probably how it's handling that. I was hoping for a better solution. Attributes, label. You know, I'm holding out hope. I'm holding out hope. Oh, you know what we could do? Give this a try. This is kind of a long shot, but every once in a while you can find good things. We're going to do vintage story. We're going to go back to the wiki. Boop. We're going to go down to the modding. We're going to do mod examples, I think is what it is. We're going to scroll down, and now we are going to want to look at block behaviors. Because, see, we got the behavior there, so drop block face, compass direction, default north. So chess would do this. Bloomery base surprisingly does it as well. So let's look at the chess. Wherever the chess may be. There it is. So it doesn't have it's not calling the behavior specifically. So chess is a no-go. What about the bloomery? I think that'd be under stone, right? No. We'll do a search. Bloomery base. There it is. There it is. Behavior. Horizontal orientatable. And just to make sure, we're going to look up the bloomery base, right? That is what we want. Something like that. So then, why don't I cut this out? Copy it, I mean. We are going to come up to here under behaviors, lockable container. Try this out. I'm going to try and fireball it in. It may screw things up. Actually, chances are it's going to screw things up because I may have the positioning wrong for the keyword that it's looking for, north, south, east, or west. But we'll give it a try. I at least know that it is a behavior I could potentially go into. So far, so good. North. North. Interesting. Oh, so you know what? I think we just about got it. So let's go back to The horizontal orientation, no, it would be shape by type. I never filled out the rest of these. So we are going to do open, I think. So it would be type. So it would be open or close, north. Open, north free, close, north free. Open, west free. So let's copy this. And we'll do a closed west free. And we're just rotating it a little bit. So I'm going to copy that. We're going to fireball it in. I'm going to reload the world. That may have done it. In which case, I may not need the extra bit in the name. Maybe. I may be able to get away with, aha, that is it. Boop, boop. So I just have to do the same thing for the other orientations. Might as well save the world while I'm at it. Okay, so for south, we are going to do an open. I'm going to try something. I'm going to try this. Because it should still be getting the state. I'm very curious to see if this fixes it. And then east. Sometimes you just got to take a step back and think, am I doing something that is overly complex? That's what wild cards are for, right? So I guess let's hop back in the world. I mean, the other way, the longer way would work. But, I mean, might as well make it as simple as you can. Look at that. Fixed it. /time set day. So boop, 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 boop. There we go. We got all of our windows. We can open all of our windows. There we go. So, ta-da! Windows that we can open and close. If you look at the name though, it's saying all of them are north, which is unique. Instead of being like north, south, east, west, which is very unique. And I do need the variant group in there. Yeah, okay. So that's what it is. Hooray. Hooray for me. Gonna minimize that. Jeez. Now the question is, do I make snow on the windowsill? Actually, what I need to do is clean this up. This part right here, I can delete, and I can just do that. I can get rid of state on all of these. I can save that. So ideally, I could simplify this even more. Instead of specifying free or snow, I can have it be a wild card, and then I can just insert this, right? Because this would be cover. Whoops. Let's be state, right? Something like this. And then I could get rid of all of that. This effectively should do the same thing. But I might as well just shut this off because I have to rename this as free, and then I have to copy and paste snow. Then close, free, copy, paste. There we go. Close, boop, snow. Okay, I probably want to do file, open. We will open up these. This is supposed to be the snow variant. So what I could do easily is come in here, create a new block. We will position it one over this way, one over this way, extend it, and extend it this way, what, 2? That way it looks like there'll be a little snow on the windowsill. Nice and easy, right? And I can call this snow. File, save. Now we'll do file, open. And I will do the, what is that, the close. So I need the open variant. And I'm going to do the same thing, right? Make a new cube. Move it in with the origin. Call it snow. Boop, boop. Whoops. Boop, boop. Extend it all the way over. And 1, 2, 3. Actually, I think I had it as 3, right? So I'll do file, save, file, open. We'll open the other one. I don't want there to suddenly be more snow, right? Yep, it is 3. Okay. File, open. I just want this number here to be 3. Yep, perfect. So we can just X that right out because I shouldn't have to do anything else in the model creator. That also being the case, I'm not going to wait to see what the snow-covered ones are like. So we are going to allow them in creative. I'm not going to skip any variants as well. All right. I think I just kind of rocked it. And I want 2 different kind of window types. I want a window that you can open and close. I also, the other thing that we'll probably work on in another stream is a window where you can have, like, multiple windows kind of together, like my first multi-block, and have it be like, to where there's not panes or anything. It's just like solid window glass, like a big pane of glass in there. /time set day. So it didn't do what I thought it would. We have to test the snow. I have to make it snow in this crappy world because I want to see snow on the windowsill. How do I force it to snow? Vintage story, make it snow. Is there a command? Okay, to force snowing. Weather should have everything you need. Note that it needs to be cold enough for snow for you to actually see it, or else it just rains. Create your test world with the coldest climate setting to have it snow right where you spawn. Okay, so we're gonna save and leave. All right, I'm just gonna lower the overall temperature then. Here we go. Let's do... Oh shoot, I thought I could edit the world. I'm going to create a new world. Customize. And I have to look for temperature. True winters enabled. You know, we'll just go into it here. Create world. Maybe it has something to do with the maybe the way the world generates. Because if you're in a modding development, world, you probably don't want snow and seasons in some of the game. Like you can't open rifts easily in these kind of worlds as well. I know that from experience. I just want to see the snow on the windowsill and then call it. Slash time set February. There we go. Slash game mode 2 blocks. Ice blocks. So we'll do like a nice red, nice acacia. Now we have to wait for it to snow. Now we wait for the snow. There we go. So this is going to be right this. Let's do time set day. There it is. Oh. So interesting. That's really what it is, but my block was registering something, maybe not a full block. So it also had the snow, but that's what the windowsill would look like with snow in the winter. You could open and close your windows. Boop, done. All right, everyone. So it's for the most part working. I'm going to have to remember that. There's probably something that I have to add to make it to where like it sees it to where like snow doesn't try and build up and accumulate there. But all right, I'm going to head out. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful night. I have no idea when I'm streaming over the weekend. It's probably going to be a little more intermittent, but I'll try and get in a couple streams. We'll see. I don't know, maybe even tonight. It's Friday, right? So, all right, thank you. Have a great day.